Many pet owners often start their pups on dry food or commercial dog food diets early on, thinking that this may be for the best. This makes a dog accustomed to eating this type of food and not very open to eating raw food. However, the change from their current diet to a raw food diet can still become successful. One thing that you should keep in mind when doing something like this is to make sure that you do not make the switch suddenly. Take the time to transition slowly so that developing a taste for raw food happens. If your puppy has not yet started eating solids, then it may be easier for you. You can start off by giving it natural milk, such as goat's milk. Once it starts eating solids, then mashed vegetables can be introduced, followed by the introduction of finely ground raw meat. A good sign that a puppy is ready to take in solid foods is usually taken from its mother. When you begin to notice the puppy's mother regurgitating her food for her puppy, it means that it's ready for solids. As your puppy gets older, it will get more accustomed to eating raw meat and will soon be able to take on larger pieces until such a time that it can already chew on bones. Some owners may decide to introduce raw meaty bones early on when they start introducing a different form of milk. A puppy will not eat these, but they may lick on the meat and bones, allowing it to develop a taste for it even at a young age. Now, if your puppy has already started eating solids and is taking commercial dog food, you'll be using a similar method to wean it. Start out by giving your pups cooked vegetables and cooked ground meat. Mix this into the dry dog food which you give it. Continue to do this slowly, gradually decreasing the amount of commercial dog food and increasing the amount of homemade dog food that you give. Most importantly, remember that cooking the food is only to help it adjust. As you continue to wean it and adjust the amount of homemade food you give, you also need to adjust the amount of cooking that you do, making the food that you give less and less cooked until such a point that it will welcome the taste of raw meat and vegetables. Once your puppy welcomes the taste of raw meat, you can then begin to include pieces of bony meat to the food you give it. Eventually, as your puppy grows, it will be able to tolerate bigger chunks of meat as well as bigger pieces of bones. Whether you're starting early or starting late with the introduction of raw food for your puppy, it doesn't really matter as long as you do it properly. Just make sure not to force it and to go through the process carefully and patiently so that they don't grow an aversion towards raw food. Our dogs deserve the best food that we can give them. Raw feeding is one of the best ways to show them we love them. For more information, download a free report at deliciousdogdiet.com/free-report.html. Learn the theory behind raw dog food feeding, what makes it so popular, and the recommendations of various experts. Download your free report and get a healthier and happier pet today.